Hello everybody, and welcome to another painting tutorial. This time we are going to look at Gloin the Dwarf. So let's get started, guys. And here's the paint that you need. It's 10 different type of paints. Some for his clothing and his skin, his boots, and the base and his weapons. So I'm gonna talk you through it and how to paint this guy. So far, I think that this is one of my favorite dwarf to paint. I think this guy has a lot of texture and details and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna start. For the first step, we are base coloring this model with Record Flash, as I always do, just to give the model to make it easier when you paint the other paints, when you stick them to the model. So this is just the paint that you use as base. First I do is to paint his skin areas, such as his hands and his face. First I go off with Bugman's Glow and painted his skin areas, and then I go over it with this Cadian Flash Tone again to give it more natural skin tone. We don't want him to be black. So after that, we are painting his clothes and his boots, and I used 3 different type of paint. It's a little hard to explain, but I'm gonna try to do it and see if I can get a good picture here. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm going to show you here. For example, first I painted the figure with Steel Legion drab, and for example, these hands. This is made with Steel Legion drab, such as the bags on his belt. I also painted his beard actually with the Steel Legion drab, and I'm gonna flip him over and you can see I also painted that handle with Steel Legion drab, and yeah, that was pretty much it, not so much more. So that's what I did, and then I used Mornfang Brown to paint actually his clothes here. This area, this area, and this is all painted with that color, such as this part here that goes around, and it gets covered by the beard there. So that's pretty much it. Then I used dried bark, which is the last color. I actually did that to color the boots, the wooden part of his weapons, and actually this little area too, and in the middle there you can see. Yeah, that was pretty much done with that with these 3 colors. That's how I did it. You can choose to mix them up however you want, but yeah. To paint his pants, I used Whack Green to paint that. It's a very small type of green. I mean, there's not so much that you need, so it's a pretty easy step. Then I used chainmail to paint the metal parts on his weapons, such as this part and the part on the bottom. I also used chainmail to paint his belt there. And there's actually some small details that it's very easy to miss. I'm gonna see if I can get a good picture here. You can see that in some areas I painted with chainmail too, on his beard. That's basically because he got some, I don't know, some beer holders or something like that. He got something in his beard, and they are supposed to be of metal. So yeah, that's why. And for the final step, we are using Agorist Earth Shade to shade color the entire model, as we always do. And then I'm going to show you how to paint the base. The base are pretty much the same as my other dwarf bases. First, I use dried bark to paint the entire base. You may need to paint that twice, just as you know, guys. Then I am actually dry brushing the entire base with storm vermin fur. And when that is dry, I am dry brushing it again with Racket Flesh, but I only dry brushing the very top of the stones. That's a very important step, because if you don't do that, if you use too much paint, it's gonna look like shit. Yeah, so yeah, I hope you liked this video, guys. Don't forget to show some love, as you always do. It really helps me out that you're watching my videos. Thank you, guys. Peace out.